The broadband project really started pretty much on the back of a fag packet, and we were having a community partnership meeting, and it came up, and why wouldn't we look at it? So we decided to take it a bit further, and we have been looking at it. In the towns, that's Blandford, Shaftesbury and Gillingham, the broadband offering is really quite good. It's between 5 and 8 megs in a lot of places. As soon as you move a little bit away from these three exchanges, it becomes very, very slow indeed. And you're lucky to get, even in a big village like Shillingston, you're lucky to get 2 meg. And if you're outside the villages, and if you're in the in the little hamlets, or if you're on a farm or something, then you're lucky to get even dial-up speeds are terribly slow. It is dire outside of the main urban centres.
And is your primary concern the business user?
No. We actually decided at a very early point that we weren't going to pick and choose. We were going to look at ways of improving broadband for everybody, business and farmers and ordinary residents. When we started, we realised almost from the word go that in order for this to have any chance of success, it had to have a very strong community involvement. In fact, it had to be a community project. So we decided, that was with Scott Norman, who's the chairman of our community partnership, to approach CPEND, which is it's a very boring thing, but it's the overarching group that deals with the 4 community partnerships in North Dorset, to see if they would actually sponsor the project, and they agreed to do that. The group agreed to do that. So it then became, rather than a local community partnership project, it became a district-wide community project, which is what it is now. Up until very recently, we were working on a purely voluntary basis. We didn't have any funding at all. We had quite a lot of help from the various administrative help from the various people working in the community partnerships. We decided that we really needed 3 teams: a tech team who knew all the techie stuff, a business team so that we could put a really strong business case together, and what I'd like to call a partnership team, the people that dealt with the county council and the district council and CPEND itself. So we have these 3 teams working together. And one of the things that came up was that what we really needed was to show hard evidence that there was a need to improve broadband in North Dorset. And developing on from that, we decided, well, if we're going to do that, then we might as well call in some professionals and make sure that we were actually on the right track. So we would get a review. In order to do this, we needed some funds, and we applied to Sowing Seeds on their fast track thing for £10,000 worth of funds to produce this review and survey. There are two levels, if you like. One is the online survey, which is what we're doing at the moment, and the other one is going to be the hard copy survey, which is going to go out to libraries and that sort of thing, but that's going to happen a bit later. Thus far, we're absolutely delighted with the online survey. We've got over 500, almost 520 responses so far, and it goes on until we've got about another month for it to go. So we're feeling very pleased with it. A lot of services from government and from councils they're saying we will want these to be delivered online. Health service things, that a lot of the medical checks are going to be done online. A lot of the housing stuff is going to be done online, and of course everybody in their everyday lives they use emails all the time, and they surf the web. We haven't really looked at the gaming, the people that use computer games, because that's perhaps a bridge too far. But it will come in time. And of course, then, in addition to that, of course, are businesses. where businesses find that they don't want to move into the area because the broadband is just, it's not that it's dire, it's just that they need better broadband than we can provide. So we're not attracting businesses, which is what we should be doing. The easy fix, the really easy fix, is just to tighten up the screws in the exchange. In a lot of cases, the connections really aren't as good as they should be, and that's just a screwdriver job. Then the next stage up from that would be for, it's called local loop unbundling. It's a techie term, and basically it means that you put in a bit of equipment which can handle software from various different providers, ISPs like TalkTalk or Virgin, and that will greatly. They can then run their broadband software package on that. But that would really only apply if you were fairly close to an exchange. In an ideal world, everybody would be hooked up to fiber optic cable, but that is hugely expensive. But we're looking at ways where we can do at least a part fix on that. And then, of course, there's a very new technology coming in, which is broadband via wireless. And the real exciting thing about this is that for the far-flung local communities, or if you have a remote farmhouse or something, where it actually isn't going to happen, you're not going to get fiber cable to the door, we can actually, so I've been told, provide a relatively fast 8 to 12 meg broadband connection wirelessly. Now that is something which is really, really exciting because you don't have to dig up the roads or anything. So we're looking at that and seeing where we go with it. If we want to reduce our carbon footprint, we want to reduce the need for people to commute everywhere, then that means you have businesses which are very local. Businesses that are very local don't have sufficiently good broadband for them to survive, so they won't do it.
And I suppose this was a very personal interest of mine, but media on the internet.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if you look at this particular video, you want to put it out as far as you can over the internet. There will be people within a mile and a half or 2 miles from here who won't be able to download this video. I mean, it really is. It's. We know what the future is. We have to be able to produce a system that local people can connect to.